This isn't a vacation. This is our life now. After months of travel, we found a place to land, a peaceful home by the beach in Da Nang, Vietnam. It's $850 a month. That includes everything: Wi-Fi, utilities, bi-weekly cleaning, and space to just slow down. To put that into perspective, the average rent for a 2-bedroom home in the US is well over $1,800, and that's not even including utilities. In today's video, I'll share what a typical day looks like for us here. But more than that, I want to share the deeper reason why we're doing this. Not to escape, not to run, but to live with more intention and less stress. To make room for rest, for presence, for the kind of life we didn't think we could afford until we realized we could.
We've been traveling as a family for the past few months, and this is the first place that we have truly slowed down. Da Nang just made sense. It's safe, it's beautiful, it's affordable, and it is just steps away from the beach. This will be our home for the next 6 weeks, a place to rest, to catch up on some work, and to just spend time together as a family. So I want to take you through what our new normal day looks like here in Da Nang, from mornings at the beach to Smoothie Bowls in the afternoon. And I'm going to give you a complete tour of our home. It's simple, it's slow, it's brought us the kind of peace that we didn't even realize that we needed.
Our motorbike rental cost us $100 for 6 weeks. That's just $17 a week, and it's incredibly fuel efficient. We only spend about $5 a month on gas. For comparison, the average monthly transportation cost in the US is between $700 to $1,000, depending on where you live. Here, getting around is simple, affordable, and a little adventurous, which we happen to love. And in just 5 minutes, we're at the beach.
Rusty. Or I'm rusty.
This is pretty funny.
For about $1.50 each, we can rent these chairs with umbrellas for the entire day. We come here often, sometimes just for an hour, sometimes the entire morning. Our 2-year-old absolutely loves the beach. There's something beautiful about watching Falcon explore the world barefoot, free, curious, unhurried. It's an amazing life to grow up with, surrounded by nature, with time to just slow down. These quiet moments together remind me what this is really about: presence, connection, and the kind of joy that doesn't cost much at all. After the beach, we usually stop at a small local cafe. Smoothie bowls here are under $3. Fresh, nourishing, and so easy to find.
Coffee is about $1 to $2. There's homemade herbal teas, bakery items, and even cocktails if we really needed to relax. In the US, a smoothie bowl often costs $8 or more, but here eating well is simple and affordable. It's another reminder that the basics of a good life, good food, shared time, ease, are often closer than we think.
Juice.
Juice. Kind of like juice's tea. Now that we're back home, I want to answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking me about our life here in Vietnam and just traveling in general. Definitely the most asked question that I've been getting recently is how we afford to travel. We live intentionally on a modest budget and make sure that we are living below our means. We have been traveling to low cost of living places like Southeast Asia, and that lets us stretch our dollar much further. We have set up remote income streams like this YouTube channel, and our income doesn't have to be that much because our cost of living is so low. So even a small amount of income goes a really long way. For those of you who are receiving retirement income, Social Security, pensions, even that could be enough to retire comfortably here and greatly improve your quality of life. But we're not there yet. We're not able to retire. So we have set up systems where we have remote income and are able to balance work and travel while we're living here. I'll be sharing more in an upcoming video on how we were able to escape the rat race and live this intentional life. So stay tuned for that video coming up really soon. Is it safe to travel or live here with a toddler? We have felt incredibly safe being here. And what's more than that, Vietnam and just Southeast Asia in general is really child-centered. They think about children in all of the spaces that they develop. So like a lot of times when you're out in public, there's a little child potty in the public bathrooms. There are so many coffee shops here that are set up as coffee shops. And then also they have huge indoor playgrounds for children to come and play. And then on their menus, they have adults in mind, but also children in mind. So there's coffee and smoothies and sometimes even cocktails. And there's also chicken nuggets and french fries and pizza and spaghetti and all the things that a kid would want to eat. So we have really felt like Falcon is very included here. The culture just genuinely loves children. Kids are not hidden away here. They're not seen as a disruption. They're included in the community. And the community here is very much of the mindset of it takes a village. And so when we're out with Falcon, people are watching. If we're at a playground or something and Falcon falls and gets hurt, all the other parents are going to come over and, make sure Falcon's okay. It's not just your child, it's everybody's child, which is a really amazing experience for our 2-year-old to be able to grow up in a community where everyone is looking out for each other. And there's that sense of just family and togethership. How do you manage remote work and traveling with a child? It's definitely a balancing act, and my husband and I will take turns working and then watching our child, and that's definitely, one of the hardest things. It's not always easy, but we are able to make it work, and it really forces us to put family first ahead of work. And that's really one of the best things about living this life. What has been the biggest challenge moving abroad? For us, it has just been the constant planning. And that is one reason why we decided to kind of slow down and stay here for such a long period of time, is just kind of take a break from all the planning. Because when you're traveling from place to place, there's a million decisions that have to be made, from where you're staying to what mode of transportation you're getting from point A to point B, to where are you going to grocery shopping, where are you just getting your food in general, where do you find diapers, and there's just so much that goes into planning when every single day is different. We are stopping here to take a little break, but we're also planning some amazing adventures coming up. So make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss out on those. How do you find affordable housing? So we rented a hotel when we first got here, just for a few days, so that we could go and tour places before we committed to something long term, because we have learned that pictures online can be misleading. Oftentimes they are photoshopped or they're old, and the place is now run down and it's just not what the pictures make it out to be. So we wanted to make sure, since we're staying somewhere so long, that it was exactly what we wanted. And we toured several places before we found this one. We mostly looked on Airbnb and Facebook Marketplace instead of booking online, because we wanted to see the places in person. We met with the owner or the property manager and we negotiated the price a little bit more. And on this place right here, we were actually able to save about $500 a month by meeting them in person and paying a cash price for staying here. How long are we going to travel? And the answer to that is as long as we want. That is the beauty of this life. We can travel as much and as often as we want, or we can stop and slow down and stay in one place for an extended period of time. It's a reminder that life doesn't have to be rushed or defined by somebody else's timeline. When you create space for freedom, you make room for what really matters. All right, now that you have heard more about how we live, let me take you on a tour around our new home.
This is our new home. It's 2 stories, 2 bedrooms, fully furnished. We pay $850 a month, and that includes everything: water, electricity, high-speed internet, and a bi-weekly cleaning service. For comparison, the average rent for a family of 3 in the US is around $2,355 per month. Now, if you wanted a comparable beach lifestyle, the average cost a family of 3 can expect to pay in Miami, Florida is around $9,000 per month. And that's just for housing. What's even more amazing is that if we chose to stay longer, we could save even more. Long-term rentals here for 3, 6, or even 12 months can go for as low as $300 to $400 for a similar space. So while our current rent is already a big win, the potential for deeper savings with a longer stay is incredible. This isn't luxury, but it's everything we need. Space to cook, space to work, space to rest, space to play, space to just be, without the weight of constant financial pressure. Having a calm, beautiful place to come back to each day has made all the difference for us, especially for our child, who is thriving in this slower, softer pace of life.
After sharing a glimpse into our daily life, I want to share a little bit of encouragement and some tips that we have learned along the way. I want you to know that it is okay to think outside the box. Your life does not have to look like everyone else's. Sometimes the best things come from choices that feel bold and uncertain. You don't need a huge budget or a perfect plan to start. For us, it was just about starting small, being open to new experiences, and being really flexible. Focus on what matters the most to you, be that family, rest, presence, meaning. When your expenses are lower, you gain the freedom of being able to do work that feels important to you and to spend time with the people that you love the most. Take your time. There is no rush. Every step towards the life that you want counts, no matter how small it is. Whether you're dreaming about traveling abroad, slowing down, or creating a fresh start, it is possible. If we can do it, so can you. I hope this encourages you to believe in your own version of freedom, whatever that looks like. If you're wondering more about how we make this life work, not just emotionally, but practically, I've put together a playlist for you. It's called How We Travel the World on a Budget. Inside, I share our detailed monthly budgets, practical money-saving tips, and everything we've learned about building a simple, sustainable life abroad. You don't have to do it just like us, but if you're dreaming of something different, that playlist might be a beautiful place to begin. Thank you for being part of our journey.